Where are we headed?
To the house.
Alright.
Unless you want to pick Kira up on the way home.
Doesn't matter to me.
She's at Mazda.
Where are you taking her? Would I just be taking her to my house to get...
Yeah.
Alright. It's not... I mean, that's like on the way home. I think I got room in that passenger seat. You probably just have to scoot the oil over. What's up?
Work club.
Tell him trampoline flow. Tired after trampoline flow. I said, you got anything else you gotta do to the Avalon? I said, you got anything else you gotta do to the Avalon? Like you put some rims on it, exhaust, anything?
To the Solera?
Solera, that's what you got. Sorry, same thing.
Not at all.
Close enough, same thing.
My stock rims already shine.
Right.
There's no point to make it loud.
You trying to get a second car or anything?
I wouldn't mind. Or at least another car.
Or you want to trade cars?
For what?
I don't know. I mean, you looking to sell the car and get something nicer?
Yeah,
I know you want like a 350Z or something.
That'd be nice.
You know, they're coming down in price. I don't know how much your Solera's worth. But you know, you can get a 350Z for about $5,500, $6,000
that'd
sometimes.
Be nice.
I bet. You can get you an older 90s model vet for under $6,000 usually.
Yeah, I think my car's worth like $5,000.
With the sound system, man, it's probably worth a bit more.
It's like...
How much did you spend on your sound system?
$200 on the amp. Each speaker was $200. The box was $100.
Right. So I mean, that's an extra $500 tacked on.
Yeah, but I'll probably take out the subs.
Yeah, that's probably what I'd do with this. Probably take out my amp and subs.
What do you got?
I just got a couple 10s. Kenwood setup.
Yeah.
Pretty generic, but it sounds good. I mean, I mostly did just to fill them below.
Yeah.
The mortgage
and
twice car payment. Then get
just trying to look for radio stations playing music. I mean, it gets loud whenever I've got the subs on. Apparently, I don't have them on. Whenever I turn my volume goes up to 35, but at 30 my speakers start to sound real distorted.
Yeah.
So I've got to where my subs and speakers all start to sound distorted at 30. And then after that, so that way, say if I'm at 20, I can turn it up plus 10 on my subs, because that's my sub volume. I usually keep it minus 5. But I can turn it up to plus 10 while the rest is at 20 before it starts to sound distorted.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Or if I've got the speakers at 15, or if I've got everything at 15, I can turn up to 15, or turn the subs up to plus 15, and after that it would start to sound distorted. I was saying I can take them all the way down to minus 15. But I usually keep them at minus 5. That gives me a pretty good round out on my music. It's pretty even on everything. I know some people like getting super loud sound systems. I'm more into a little bit of clarity.
Yeah, well that's why I made sure to get new speakers. So.
Right. Well, say because your door speakers sound like crap from the factory.
Yeah, exactly.
They sound good at first. Like when you first buy them, they're actually really good.
Oh yeah, they're always good.
But they
then,
wear out after a couple years.
Yeah, like my foam
Yeah.
was starting to break and all mine.
Yeah.
But I mean, I didn't have them in that long.
Yeah. I was saying, and then whenever you get aftermarket speakers, they're meant to last for years. I mean, they're meant to last for 20 years, not 2 years. So.
Right.
Well, not particularly even meant to last for 20 years, but they always seem to, for aftermarket speakers, that is.
Yeah.
As long as you buy a decent brand. Don't go get Walmart. Though I think the Walmart brand speakers are seeming to go uphill. What is it? Scosche or whatever?
Yeah.
Scosche HD. Those seem to be getting a little bit better than they used to be back when it was like VR3 or something.
Yeah, I'm sure they are.
If I always buy speakers from Walmart, you gotta buy them Pioneers though. Pioneer's not bad.
No, they're not. I used to have a Pioneer amp.
Yeah.
They work good.
I've got Kenwood everything in this car right now. I've got an MTX 4-channel amp that I need to install for my door speakers. Of course, after I do that, my subs probably won't be loud enough. So I think my door speakers are rated 80 watts for the front and 90 watts for the rear each. Sounds right. But I've only got them running like, or the head unit only probably runs about 15 to 20 watts max. My amp I think is 75 watts by 4. I just gotta get the wiring kit, take the time to wire it in, but the problem is I don't have $100 sitting around for a wiring kit right now. My money right now is going to the RX-7. So
yeah, I understand that.
I want to finish that up before I start doing anything with this again, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I've got one project that I want to finish before I do my other projects on this. I want to put springs and struts on this and such.
I gotta get new, or my car could use the new struts.
Yeah. Well, I figure you're trying to lower yours, so struts shouldn't be too expensive if you're just getting them from AutoZone. Is yours bouncy?
No, it's not really bouncy, but you can.
My front strut.
Yeah.
I cracked my front sensor going out, and I gotta fix there's a hole in my exhaust under the car.
Right. A lot of times I just get the AutoZone struts anyways, because depending on what brand you get, they're
The
actually.
struts I need like the full kit on mine, so
Yeah.
for the front, so it's gonna be like 200 a piece there. Or I can order on eBay for 200 for both.
I'll have to look it up and see how much they are for yours. I can look it up. It's not hard. But yeah, I mean, I usually get them from AutoZone because they come with a limited lifetime warranty. So if they go bad in 10 years, you can take them right back to AutoZone and get a set for free.
Yeah, I think
So
they were trying to charge me $3,000. I just wanted to get it, like I was gonna get my tires aligned and then.
yeah, you told me that they said you had like $3,000 worth of work or something.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
And I had Jacob's dad was looking at it. He's like, all you need to work on your front stuff.
Yeah.
Your front stuff need to be replaced. But other than that, you don't need to mess with that.
Yeah. My struts on my RX-7
I
were
think
bouncing.
I got a hole in the under the car in the muffler. I got on the muffler pipe. I got a hole. They got to cut a section out of that.
Yeah, that's not a big
and
deal.
Fix that. And that's gonna be like $30 to fix that. And then I'll fix my exhaust problem.
Yeah. Well, depending on where the hole's at, it's not a big deal. If it's after the catalytic converter, there's no problems with it.
It's like right there under this somewhere. It's like under here somewhere.
If that's after the catalytic converter, I wouldn't bother with it. It's giving you better gas mileage.
No, it's actually fucking with my gas gauge. It's fucking with my gas gauge.
Gotcha. Well, it shouldn't mess with your gas gauge, but it might give you a little bit worse gas mileage if it's in a bad area.
It's fucking with my gas gauge, and my gas gauge goes down, but then it goes back up to where
Right.
it's supposed to be.
Might be causing. It may be wiggling it or something if the wire runs past where it's leaking at. That's the only thing I can really think of.
So I'm gonna get this weekend. I meant to do it last weekend, but I'm gonna go get that taken care of.
Yeah. Where are you doing it at? Just Dave?
There's a place that Jacob's dad recommended behind Advanced Auto Parts.
Yeah, Arkansas Performance Exhaust.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I got the back half of my exhaust done on the RX-7.
He said to go there. They made a plan to be like $30-$40 to get it done.
Yeah, I just had. Well, my muffler was the most expensive part of mine. I think my muffler was like $150, $200.
Well, I had to spend
But
I had to spend $110 the last week before last, last week to get my all the shit done on my car.
Yeah. Well, I was just saying.
I blew my thing was good last week.
I think the muffler was like $150 or $200. I don't remember how much it was.
It shouldn't be too much. It shouldn't be too much to fix it. I just need to go get that. Drop my car off over there.
But that's because the specific muffler what model I got is that expensive. But I think just for the work, they charged me, because I did 2 1/4 piping from the catalytic converter back, and I think they charged me like $100 maybe for all of that piping. So that really wasn't bad. To pipe it and do mandrel bins and everything, that's really not bad. Because I think I got out for 300 something, like right under 300, right at 300.
It's all the money I wanted to put towards like maybe having some money to essentially go to Acon if people.
Yeah.
If there's like a car pool going, then I think I'll fix the car at the moment.
Do you know Jerry? You know Jerry. What's
Yeah, I
yours
know
last
Jerry.
name? Smith?
I think so.
Yeah, right. Do you know Jerry Smith? He works, or he's a friend of mine. I know him and a group are going to Acon. D'Angelo might join up with their group. I don't know. You might want to
There's
check
a
with
car
him.
pool going. I'll take that.
Yeah.
I'll put gas money for that shit, but I'm not driving.
Well, I want to go. If I'm going, and I'm going with them, I mean, it'd just be splitting gas and hotel, food, whatnot.
Yeah, I'll have if I can have some money to fix that. If I have my car,
Yeah.
if I can have money to set aside to fix the shit on my
There's a
car, I think I
S2000.
still need at least $600 worth of.
I like to get with them too.
In total work and pieces, I think I'm spending $600 on the car.
Right.
So I need to get that. Once I get that taken care of, once all that's taken care of, I can start putting money away.
Brand new BMW.
Brand new. X1. I've never heard of a BMW X1. That's how new it is. Yeah, I mean, car work is expensive. It's cheaper when you do it on your own. But,
You can't do it on your own.
yeah.
There's YouTube.
Yeah. Well, I mean, YouTube will teach you how to do a lot. It's just the having tools.
Yeah.
Tools
so
can get
it's,
expensive. I mean,
Tools are expensive.
I mean, a lot of times, like, if I was just going to do it once, the tools are more expensive than it is to take it to a shop. However, since I do all my work on my own, it's cheaper to just buy the tools. If that makes sense.
Well, until I got my own car, there was not a one time where I was
Yeah.
under the hood of a car.
Yeah. And, I mean, to work on your car, I guess you just have to want to do it anyways. Not everybody wants to work on their own car.
Well, that would have been something like I'd expect. Like might have been like something my dad might have like tried
Yeah.
to teach me, but he never did. It was like,
I think everybody should know how to do their own oil changes and spark plugs. There's some
Those-
cars that you can't really do spark plugs on because they're like under the dash. I'm just like, that's retarded.
Yeah.
Jacob does not.
Yeah. How much does he charge you to do oil changes?
Jacob did that one. I did the last one I did was at Firestone.
Yeah. Well, I was just curious how much they charge you, or how much Jacob's dad charges
My
you.
mileage change was like $40.
$40, man. You do them on your home for under 30.
I think
Yeah.
anywhere they would do the oil changes, my car classifies high mileage.
Right. Well, yeah, it depends on what oil you use too. I don't use high mileage oil in this. I don't know if I should. It's got 173,000 miles on it.
Synthetic and all.
Yeah, I'd use synthetic if mine was that low mileage when I got it. But if your car has like 75,000 miles on it, you probably shouldn't start using synthetic unless it already had synthetic in it. in the first
I
place.
started mine. I got mine at 96,000.
Yeah.
And I started using full
My car had
synthetic.
200.
It's not leaking.
No.
That's pretty cool. You got lucky.
Now.
Mine had like 130,000 on it. 126, I think. What's up, Blake?
So right now my car's at like 205,000 miles.
You don't have to use. I assume you don't
But if I
have
go
to
to
use it.
if I go to a place, I'm paying for a high mileage oil change because anything over like 75,000 they charge a high mileage oil change.
I don't think your car needs high mileage. I mean, maybe it does. Maybe
We'll see.
maybe your piston rings are starting to wear a little bit. And you do need it.
Honestly, it's too late now because really, once you start using one type of oil,
Yeah.
you're supposed to keep with it.
Yeah.
So if you use a high mileage, which is synthetic, you're supposed to keep using synthetic.
Yeah. Well, synthetics are generally what I would recommend for low mileage. If you're buying a new
Or
car,
full
use synthetic.
synthetic.
Yeah, full synthetic is what you use if you're buying a new car. If your car's got high mileage on like this, 173,000, or if you know it's got oil leaks, you don't want to use synthetic. The synthetic's thinner and it'll leak more. I just use Pennzoil 10W30, I think. Yeah,
bolt, let the oil fill, screw it back in. You take out your oil filter, put in the new one, and then you just put in the new oil, and that's it.
Yep. It's not hard.
The only thing is getting it to where you can lift your car up in the front. That's
yeah, like his driveway's bad for that 'cause it's like cobblestone.
I would say, well, that's the
That's the
at
hardest
home.
part.
That's the most difficult part.
That's the most dangerous part too. Is lifting the car.
Yeah, that's true.
But it's easy. I mean,
Right.
once you, or if you got a good spot to do it. I mean, if you got a flat driveway, our driveway isn't even flat, and I still do it all the time. Actually, it's kind of nice to not have a completely flat driveway. It's a little slanted. I don't know if you saw where mine's parked. It's a little slanted. It's nice. It lifts the front up a little higher,
Yeah.
and it lifts the rear. Feels like it lifts the rear up a little higher. It just gives me better angles for getting under the car.
They put in hard today, and that's exactly how they feel and smell. Odor Eaters insoles now have 30% more
gosh,
odor fighters
there's
to
so much-
control odor and sweat.
This is ridiculous.
Yeah, if everybody get in their lane ahead of time, there wouldn't be traffic like this.
Comfort, kick 'em off with confidence. Odor Eaters.
And like a little white Miata.
I'll use a little more of.
Then that means you should get in the middle lane.
Probably. If I can get over. You should get you a Miata, man. Or do you need more than 2 seats?
Yeah, I probably need more than 2 seats.
Yeah. I mean, that's the only reason I have this is because I use more than 2 seats. I don't need more than 2 seats.
I'd
I
rather
usually
have
just
a
use my 2 seats.
4-door, honestly.
Yeah. I usually just use 2 seats, but I mean, I have this for the instances like this, or just for driving home, or because it drives everywhere. The other one needs work. This one doesn't.
Yeah.
What is your current internet provider? AT&T. How is that working out? Slow.
Garbage as fuck.
My AT&T U-verse is fine.
U-verse. There's a difference in the AT&T
Oh,
DSL and AT&T U-verse.
Yeah.
Jacob has regular AT&T verse, the fastest speed possible for
Oh, blade.
AT&T's DSL.
Be careful, this guy kills vampires.
So, flipping fast.
But yeah, I would say that AT&T, his DSL sucks. We used to have DSL, it was alright.
My Comcast works better than his internet.
Yeah. Well, Comcast really isn't bad internet, it's just expensive. Around here, at least, it's just expensive.
So.
I mean, what package do you have?
It was a little less than what Jacob had on the other one.
Yeah.
I think I'm at like, what is the internet speeds? What are the internet speeds?
I think that their speeds are 10 megs per second, 20 megs per second, or 18.
Ours is 56.
And then the max one I think is like 60.
I think I'm at,
Yeah, they got
I think
one.
I'm at like
No, it's
15 and 20.
the maximum is like 80.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
you
I
have to have
my
you have to be in the right area.
You have to have a cable with that.
Yeah.
My shit runs a lot faster. My shit runs a lot better since Comcast came out with this.
Yeah.
Shit on my line.
See, I've just got U-verse. We're still on an old 6 meg per second line, but they're giving us like 10 or 11 megabits per second now. So we don't really complain about getting the upgraded speed for the cheaper price.
I'd go AT&T, but I don't like AT&T.
Yeah. Well, U-verse I like for the most part. The only thing I don't like is I have really high ping rates compared to Comcast.
My ping.
Like whenever I'm on League or whatever, my ping's always like 76 to 100.
Mine's always like
Well, my ping's like
steady.
60 to 70. My ping's always 50
Yeah.
to 70.
68 to 70.
Mine's usually my League pings are between 72 and 76.
But I don't know. It
But-
used to stay at 56 or
Yeah.
54, but
Yeah.
now after all these, I don't know if it's that or
I would say, but also, you know,
I don't know what it is.
once someone starts downloading on our network, my pings get way higher.
Well,
It's probably
see,
the same.
well, no, I mean we used to like Jake used to be in his room playing WoW.
Yeah. Well,
I
it's
could
not so
be.
much if we're all gaming. It's
well,
just
I mean,
if someone
I
downloads
could be
a movie or
I could be downloading something on a torrent
Yeah.
and playing Call of Duty. I wouldn't have any type of lag at all,
Yeah.
like nothing. But also, I think it's my computer. It's just
right. Well, let's say if
Not
you're on
good.
Wi-Fi, you should have a little bit more ping. Also, like if I'm on the wire, I think I get like 68.
I don't know. I
If
haven't.
I'm on Wi-Fi, I think I get like 76 is my best.
I haven't played on
Mine at my house usually doesn't go over 70. If
Yeah.
it goes over 70, it spikes for a minute, but it goes
Yeah.
back down, so I usually balances out at 70.
I think lately mine's been around 90. As long as mine's under like 110, I don't really notice it. It's not a big deal. Once mine gets over 110, I start having issues.
And I need a new mouse. I need a corded mouse.
Yeah, I don't like wireless mice.
No.
Do you want like a nice mouse? If so, look at the Logitech.
Yeah, I want a decent one.
Look at the Logitech. I can't remember what model mine is, but there's a nice Logitech. I think the G500 now.
Yeah.
It's got a couple extra buttons on it, but it's just more comfort for me. It's a real big mouse and it's just comfortable. I've got the older model. I think it's like the MX518 or something.
Yeah.
I like it though. G400 maybe now. I don't know. I'll look it up later.
Aren't they? Are Razer mouses good?
They are, but they're not for League. They're good for like WoW.
Depends on your Razer mouse. If you're going for a, I think what Jacob said, like Death Adders or something like that. That's more of a WoW mouse.
Yeah.
It's got like 9 buttons on it.
Or got all the like 12 on the side or whatever.
It's got more buttons than you need for WoW. If you're going for a
like League or something, the
if you're
Steel.
going for a League, you go for a not a Naga, or a Steel Series. Like
The Steel Series mice are really nice.
the Steel Series, like they have like 4 buttons. You can put like a 4-button mouse.
Yeah.
5 with the wheel.
See, mine is it's considered a 7-button mouse. You know, left click, right click, and it's got a button in front of the wheel, one behind the wheel, another one behind that one, and then it's got 2 on the left side, and then the wheel mouse.
Walmart, I think Walmart only has the 5, like 4,
Yeah.
like the 4 or 5 ones.
Oh.
I just haven't found the desire to buy one.
Isn't that the Steel Series? It's around like $30 or whatever. Or,
Yeah, but it's
that's actually a really good mouse. It's the one that's right around 30.
30, 40.
Yeah.
there's,
I really personally, I
went
wouldn't
with
spend
the
more
Steel
than.
Se- I went with the Steel Series headset. Though.
Yeah, I wouldn't spend more than about $50 on a mouse, and that's because that's the price of the MX518 that I bought was $50. I think that's the price of the G400 now, or G500, whichever it is. And that's like the
Well,
most amazing mouse. If I can't find a mouse better than that for the same price, then I'm not gonna spend more than $50. Otherwise, I get the Steel Series mouse if I was just buying cheaper $30 mouse or whatever.
I have a $10 like Dell or HP mouse.
Yeah.
Like a wired HP mouse. That thing it works. It's sturdy because
Yeah.
like I broke one of them, but that was after like 50 different like rages. Like rages, so I got snapped.
Right.
The thing the wheels in snapped, and so I couldn't fix that. But I mean, this mouse, it's a sturdy mouse. It works, and there's no problem with it. It's a $10 mouse. I'm like, it works.
Well, I mean, yeah, some of those little $10 mice are pretty sturdy, but I want a little bit more than sturdy. I want the accuracy too that you get out of the
Well, mine works.
higher end mice.
It works. I don't have a problem with accuracy.
Yeah.
I don't notice a problem with accuracy. When I click on a champion in League, I click on a champion.
Yeah.
I don't click on the minion next to the champion, so I don't notice an accuracy problem.
Yeah, you gotta have that 4200 DPI. No, I'm kidding. I think that's what mine's rated. No, mine's 1600 DPI, I think.
I want a mechanical keyboard too.
I like mechanical keyboards somewhat. I just use a cheap little $5 keyboard that I've had for like 4 years, and it works great.
I spent $20 on a HP
Yeah.
like bundle, the mouse for like $10, and then like another $10 for the HP keyboard. And
Honestly, I wouldn't spend the kind of money it costs to get a mechanical keyboard.
McCutcheon said it makes a big difference. He said he can actually tell.
I wouldn't spend that kind of money personally, and I might play with one for a month and decide I really, really do like them. But at this point in time, I've played with one once or twice, and I like them. They're just not worth the money to me. I'd be more inclined to buy like a keyboard with a LED light up some form than I would be mechanical. If I was gonna spend $50 on a keyboard, I'd rather get one that's got a really cool light up setup than get a Cherry MX or whatever. Or Brown, I think Brown switches are the cheap ones.
I was gonna get a Steel Series keyboard back in December, but I went in and
yeah, I just have like I think it's like Light On. I bought it for like $5 or $6 when I bought my computer on Newegg, and I'm happy as can be.
mine does work decently. I don't really have any issues with it. I mean, if I played with the higher end one, I might notice a difference. I might even notice a difference in it, but right now, I don't notice where I click on my button and my button doesn't work.
Yeah. Well, say my keys always work. If I was playing something other than like League, mostly, it might be different. Like if I was mostly playing FPS games, I might.
My buttons are starting to mess up for no reason.
Well, it's because you're mashing them a lot.
I don't know, my B and my U button. Like they're just starting to not. Like I have to.
Keys a lot?
No.
Oh.
Like I had to
push them a couple times, they're sticking.
No, they don't stick. Nothing. It's just not like reading.
Right. That's weird.
Yeah.
Just go get you a cheap $5 keyboard until you can afford you a nice Brown MX or something. Why is there so much traffic? Somebody has to be in an accident.
Ain't no telling.
Do what?
There ain't no telling.
Yeah. People just being idiots, probably.
Yeah.
Well, I know nothing going on.
And there's nobody in the right lane, so that's probably part of it.
Yeah.
Everybody's trying to squeeze in over here. And then there shouldn't be any traffic jam up there.
Up there?
Yeah.
Yeah, there is.
Well, I mean, there is, but there shouldn't be.
Because everybody tries to go as far as you can right here.
Yeah, over in this left lane. That's what
Yeah.
I'm going to do, I guess. Just going to blow in with the crowd. Just keeping in whatever lane's moving faster. Which is this lane at the moment. Getting some good footage for the Gear Pro.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
My imitation GoPro. All I'm doing is testing it though, so. This thing, I had to upload to YouTube last night, man. I think it was like 400 megabytes, took like an hour and a half. Because you know, you get good download speeds. 400 megabytes might take you like 10 or 15 minutes to download. Nah, you get like that's like 10 megabytes per second download or whatever. No, you get like 1 megabit per second uploads. They need to give us more upload speed.
Yeah, upload speeds,
I
but
don't know my download speeds.
If I can get 3 meg per second upload speeds and 10 meg per second download speeds, I'd be pretty happy.
I never bothered with the upload speeds. All I know is my download speed works for me. When I download an
Yeah.
indie game on Steam, it takes like 45 minutes to an hour for my game to download.
I would say download speeds are what most people need. I mean, because whenever you say click a web page or something, you literally just send a quick little millisecond up something, and then you're downloading. Everything's downloading. All you're doing is sending a quick request, and it doesn't take much to fill that in. But for people who like to upload videos and such, upload speed is a little bit more important. I wish there were internet packages that provided more upload speed. Well, there are, but I mean, you have to get the bigger download speeds too. I'd rather just pay more for the upload speed with the same download speed, if that makes sense. Like I'd pay an extra $5 for like a 1.5 meg per second upload speed increase. That guy's trying to get him to honk. Little kid, he's pumping, fist pumping, fist pumping. I know where that goes, or I'd follow that.
no, that goes elsewhere.
Downtown, doesn't it?
Wow.
What's up?
So he dunked himself.
That's pretty cool. We need to get you a new screen.
Costs money.
How much are they?
I don't know. Get a little bit.
Are they like $70 or something to get installed at least?
Yeah, I'd just do it myself.
Yeah.
Cause I mean, like, the guy, when I got Kira's phone screen replaced last
Right.
year, he just turned around and was like, eBay.
Make sure Kira knows we're
HTC.
stuck in traffic.
I already told her.
Alright.
And he was like, eBay, HTC, whatever, this, and this screen.
Right. Yeah, they just try to get the cheapest one they can.
Yeah.
I mean, that way they make the most profit. If they quote you $70